May I come in, sir?
Come in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
So my name is Swapnil Pawar.
Swapnil. Sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Full name? Swapnil?
So my full name is Swapnil Jagannath Pawar. Jagannath is my father's name.
So, Swapnil, I note that you are already undergoing some training.
Yes, sir. So I'm currently serving as Indian Railway Personal Service Officer. I'm currently undergoing training at National Academies of Indian Railways. Yes.
So, and you take interest in smartphone.
Yes.
What exactly happens when they update a smartphone? What areas get updated?
So depending upon update, like Android 11 to Android 12 is a major update. So Android 12 has introduced the new UI, the wallpaper based theming. So if you change wallpaper, the entire setup will change accordingly. So that is the most visual change, sir. And there are some internal changes like more secure, more security updates and privacy related updates.
It comes through a software or it comes through hardware?
So it comes through software, the over the air updates. It's called OTA updates. But depending upon the hardware, whether your phone will get it or not depends upon the hardware capacity.
That's important because I thought I purchase a smartphone of 10,000 rupees
Yes, sir.
and get these softwares which make it 50,000 rupees worth smartphone. Possible, not possible?
Not possible, sir, because there is a limitation on processor part, then the RAM you have in software, in the hardware part. Depending upon that, you get this software updates.
Okay. Tell me, India has got many neighbors.
Yes.
And I count even Afghanistan as a neighbor.
Okay, sir.
But Afghanistan government is not recognized by government of India.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
So as
Can
I
you recognize it?
Sir, the Taliban has taken over, and India's stand has been always that the Afghanistan should be led by the people of Afghanistan. The India stand is the process which is led by Afghanistan, people of Afghanistan. And we considered Taliban as advisory in the past, but as of now, the thinking is going on whether we should recognize or not. I think, sir, we should recognize the Taliban government because it has already taken over the Afghanistan.
Fact. It's
It's a fact, sir.
Have we recognized the Myanmar junta which has taken over there?
No, sir, we not officially recognized the Myanmar junta as yet.
Okay.
India.
But I would like government of India to address the Rohingya issue with them.
Yes.
What do you say?
So I do think that we should take up the Rohingya issue because India is suffering the migration of Rohingyas and then internal security challenges there.
How many Rohingyas in India?
Sir, the official reported figure was 40,000 Rohingyas. They were officially in India.
And with our neighbors, with Bangladesh, how many?
So Bangladesh, it's running in lakhs. The last figure I've read is around 5 lakhs Rohingyas.
It's few days back I read crossed 10 lakhs now.
Means.
And they have pushed them to some island.
Yes.
Where is this island?
Sir, I don't remember the exact name, but it's Al-Bashir.
That's correct. And where from they are coming? Which place of Myanmar they are coming into Bangladesh?
Sir, the Arakan region of Myanmar, it is the western coast of the Myanmar. Western coast of the Myanmar. It is on the border of Bangladesh, and it also shares border with the Mizoram as well.
Yes, Mizoram has a border, but not that way.
Sir,
because the particular area, Arakan, or as these days they wish it to be called, Rakhine State.
Yes, Rakhine.
So, Rakhine State is a narrow strip which is running, as you said correctly, along the coast.
Yes.
And very close to Cox's Bazar area of Bangladesh.
Yes.
So, they come over to Bangladesh, they don't venture into Mizoram. Why? They don't want to go to Mizoram and want to go to Bangladesh?
Sir, it is relatively easy. First of all, it's on coast, and in Mizoram there is a mountain range going on. So it is easy to migrate to Bangladesh as compared to Mizoram. And the border security force is stronger in Mizoram area, the security situation from the India.
Do you think it touches Tripura also?
Sir, I am not exactly sure.
Myanmar, our eastern neighbor, Myanmar, you said it has a boundary with Mizoram.
Yes.
Does it have a boundary with Tripura also?
No, sir. Tripura it does not have.
Hmm?
No, sir.
What is the point? Why not with Tripura?
Sir, the Tripura has a boundary with the Bangladesh, and
Yes.
if you see the map.
That's correct. Very good. Very
Thank you, sir.
Pawar or Swapnil?
So Swapnil is my first name, and Pawar is my surname.
Okay, so Swapnil.
Yes.
Swapnil, you are already in IRPS,
Yes, sir.
and railway is passing through some very interesting phase
Yes, sir. Yes.
with the creation of Indian Management Service.
Yes.
So, how do you think various services will get amalgamated? Will it pose any major issues? How do you think railway is planning to solve it?
So IRMS is a good step in direction, and it will pose issues because as of now there are 9 organized services, and all services they are running at different level of, like, the promotion time is different for each services, and in number of posts that are reserved for each services. So there will be issues because there will be a lot of resistance from the existing people at the top to let go that service privileges and the promotions issue. So that we need to sort out, sir. For existing merger of services.
Is it affecting productivity of railways in any way?
So I think IRMS will be good because as of now, so if you see the personal point of view, if somebody is coming to the particular service, then he or she identifies himself or herself with that service tag. So IRMS will create a larger identity, a single identity, and it will be good for the organization in the long ways.
Okay, okay. Recently there was, we have been hearing of coal shortages,
Yes.
and railway cancelled more than 600 trains
Yes.
to carry coal.
Yes.
Do you think it was lack of planning on the part of railways or any other reason?
So there are both reasons because there was a coal shortage in the September also because of the rain and the low. These coal companies they are keeping low storage of coals below the standard. So now they, because of the power surge, the railways has its limitation because railways cannot increase the capacity in 1 day. So both parties need to be planned well to avoid this such conflict in the future.
What is the measure of railways freight carrying capacity? How do we know that we have performed better, and so is there any one statistical unit
Yes, sir.
that can tell you railways performance on freight?
Yes, sir. We calculate the loading every year. So this last financial year we have loaded almost 1400 metric tons, and it was almost 15% more than last year.
And what is NTKM and GTKM? How do they differ?
So GTKM is gross tonnage metric ton, and NTKM is net tonnage. So gross also include the dead weight, that the railways weight, the wagons weight. So gross include both the what we have loaded and the railways already existing weight. And in net, we only include the whatever we have loaded, excluding the dead weight of the wagons and the engines and all.
Okay, okay. So tell me about this old pension scheme which has been reintroduced by Rajasthan. What is your personal view on reintroduction of the old scheme? What pros and cons you can tell me?
So pros are for employees, it is good because they are getting assured income after retirement, the 50% of the last pay. In the new pension scheme, it is market linked scheme, so the returns are not assured. But the cons are on the finance side of the government. The government budget, the government expenditure will increase exponentially as compared to the new pension scheme.
Some states are, they announced reservations based on domicile. What do you think on reservation based on domicile policy? Is it violative of any of the constitutional provisions? And what are the issues involved?
So Article 16 do not allow reservation based on the domicile policy, except in certain cases like in Andhra Pradesh that has already given exemption. So I do not personally think that it is good for the economy overall, because it creates the hindrances, and this reservation for domicile purpose is coming because our economy is suffering from the unemployment and issues arising out of that. So we should target the more root cause, improving the employment issues rather than going for these narrow-minded policies.
Okay. The last question I want to ask you is on making India a hub for chip manufacturing. You are interested in smartphones, and automobile industry also depends on chip.
Yes.
So how can we make India a chip hub of the world?
Sir, the chip has a requirement. First of all, the silicon, for which we require sand, and there's a huge water requirement. So we need to identify areas. The areas near to the Himalayas are good for, because the cold facilities, the water is available in abundant. The second thing is, government, sir, already has given up a dedicated fund of 75,000 crore for the chip, for support to chip manufacturing. We need to attract the best companies, because as of now we don't have a research and development facilities in India for chip manufacturing.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Swapnil.
Yes, sir.
From which area, railway, state, engineering, anthropology, current affairs, should I ask a question? Or related with all?
So as you wish.
Okay, so related with anthropology first.
Okay, sir.
PVTCs, how many PVTCs are there?
Sir, I don't remember the exact number. There are 59.
There are 59. How many PVTGs are there? You know PVTG?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it stands for?
Particularly vulnerable.
That's right. So how many?
So I don't remember the exact.
Anyway, 75. 75 PVTCs are there. So now you tell me that on what basis PVTCs are identified?
Sir, there are 5 criteria. First is stable or declining population.
Yeah.
Very low literacy rate.
Yeah.
The backward economic condition,
Mm-hmm.
and low agrarian or low technology use. Technology in agriculture.
Is there any PVTG in your state, Maharashtra?
Yes, sir. So the Maria Bond is one of the important PBTGs which resides in Maharashtra.
And you choose any union territory and tell me how many PVTGs are there. Any union territory which you wish.
So the number you want.
Yeah, which are the PVTGs there? You choose any union territory and then you will tell me that these are the PVTGs in this particular union territory.
So I'll choose Andaman and Nicobar.
Okay, tell me.
There are Jorabe, Sentinelese, Andamanis, Nicobaris. Sir, these 4 I remember.
Okay, so now there is a scheme which has been launched by 2 ministries, in collaboration of 2 ministries of GOI, which relates with improving the tribal health. So which is that scheme, and which are those ministries in whose collaboration that scheme has been launched, say about 7-8 months back, and there was virtual launching of that scheme.
Sorry, sir, I don't.
Otherwise, who could be the ministries? I have used the word collaboration.
So the ministry is only Ministry of Tribal Development and the Ministry of Health.
Yeah, definitely. So Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and Ministry of Tribal Affairs.
Yes.
And the scheme is Aname. Okay.
Tribal-
Now related with railways.
Yes.
You are very well aware of Train 18, Vande Bharat.
Yes.
In which, how does it differ with other conventional trains? Just 2-3 points, main points.
So Vande Bharat is a train set compared to the conventional load, where we have engine. The Vande Bharat does not have engine. It is a train set, distributed power.
Then how does it move? You are right that it is not having locomotive, it is not having engine, but how does it move then?
So it is a distributed power set. So after every 4, there is a set of 4 cars. So after every 4 cars, there is a axle motor where we.
So we can say it is having self-propelled coaches.
Yes.
Okay, now another main difference, let's talk about braking system in the conventional train as well as in Train 18 or Vande Bharat.
Sir, the conventional train, we have vacuum braking, and which is mounted on the wheel itself. In Train 18, the braking system is not mounted on the wheels. It is mounted on the axle, the rod which connects the 2 wheels.
In train 18, we are having regenerative and electropneumatic braking system. What do you mean by that regenerative and electropneumatic braking system?
So whenever the brake is applied, the energy which is will be waste in normal conventional train is converting into the electricity, and it is fed to the OHL. So that is the regenerative braking.
And about the later part, electropneumatic. Regenerative is okay, whatever you have said. Now come to the later part. It is having regenerative and electropneumatic braking system. What does that mean?
Sir, it is a combination of the pneumatic, which is a vacuum braking, as well as the electric braking. So in the wheel, we also apply the vacuum. And
Okay, on Independence Day, when our Honorable Prime Minister was addressing the nation, he said that soon we will, not soon, within 75 weeks, we will be having 75 Vande Bharat. What is the progress made so far related with that?
So as of now, there are new prototypes of Vande Bharat. So two new trains they are testing currently. So as soon as the testing is done, the new 400 trains will be procured, and the contact for that 400 trains is already being used.
So actually wheels were to be imported from other countries. So what is the progress related with that? Is there any hurdle related with importing the wheels for Vande Bharat?
So wheels we normally import from China, and I don't know exact hurdles, but
We may import from China too, but related to the other three countries, we have already asked them to send the wheels, which will be required for Vande Bharat. Today's newspaper, you can read. Anyway, do not forget to read the newspaper when you are interview.
Yes.
That's why I asked
Sir,
this
today I
question.
did not get.
Anyway, related with EMU and DMU, I'm asking this question because this will serve the purpose of engineering as well as railways.
Okay.
So EMU and DMU, what do you mean by EMU and DMU?
The EMU is electric multiple units.
That's
and
right. And DMU?
DMU is diesel multiple units.
That's right. Is there any proposal of railways to convert one of the DMUs into hydrogen train, and that would be on pilot basis,
Yes.
for which already tenders have been issued. So which DMU is likely to be converted into hydrogen train?
So I don't know exact which.
I
trains.
think you can check it. Jind Sonipat
Okay.
in Haryana. Anyway, related with your state.
Yes.
As probable question that is that why farmer suicide is much more in the state of Maharashtra, at least in few districts, as compared to other states of the country.
Sir, the main problem is the cotton and sugarcane. The over reliance on cotton and sugarcane farming.
So we can say cash crop. Cash crop. One of them is cotton. What else?
The sugarcane.
Sugarcane. That's right. Yeah. So number one.
So other reasons is
So then what is the problem that we rely on these cash crops, sugarcane as well as you have rightly said cotton? Then what is the problem?
so the problem is in Marathwada and Vidarbha particularly. These are the main sources of income. The industries are less. The industries are mostly concentrated in Western Maharashtra.
So then where lies the problem?
So the problem is
First of all, you will say that these are the rain shadow areas, rain fed areas of the country.
Yes, sir.
So these crops should not be grown there, but these are being grown because of that very reason which you have just cited.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is one of them. What else?
So the other is psychological reasons are also there. The first of all indebtedness and the alcoholism. And sir, it has been observed that the states which are relatively richer.
Why don't they take loan from the bank?
What, sir?
Why don't they take loan from the bank instead of taking it from money lenders?
So the banks do not offer the credit if for the non-productive purpose. They take loan for their daughter's marriage and similar functions like that. The banks will never give credit for that. And these are the social issues that.
Okay, if you get your own cadre, that is Maharashtra, and if you are posted in any of these districts which are having this particular problem of farmer suicide, what would you do?
So I will first like to explore the sustainable alternative for sugarcane and cotton.
That's
and
right.
That is in pulses, sir.
Rain-fed crops should be
Pulses and oilseeds.
there. Okay.
These are good areas.
One.
Yes, sir.
What else?
The second thing is, sir, I like to go for the more cooperative societies for the other crops also. As of now, they are concentrated for cotton and the sugarcane area only.
Which centrally sponsored scheme would you like to implement the most in these particular districts?
Sir, the crop insurance scheme.
Crop insurance. What could be in order of priority? You tell me.
Sir.
In order of priority. Yeah,
The
whatever
scheme.
you have said, that is correct. Yeah, centrally sponsored scheme. That this is the most important centrally sponsored scheme which I would like to implement. Then this, then this, then this.
So Pradhan Mantri Har Khet Pani Yojana, that is irrigation scheme. Then
Okay.
Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana.
Mm-hmm.
Then Atal Jeevan Jyoti Yojana.
Mm-hmm.
And the credit overdraft that is now being given by the banks on the.
What is the Jal Shakti Abhiyan? Jal Shakti Abhiyan. There is a centrally sponsored scheme
Yes, sir.
of Ministry of Jal Shakti. What's that?
So it is aimed at having the water connection in every home. But
No, that has nothing to do with farmer suicide, because farmer suicide is not related with availability of drinking water, not a non-availability of drinking water. That is due to non-availability of
irrigation
water
water.
for the crops. So now beyond that is also one of the flagship scheme of Ministry of Jal Shakti, but that has nothing to do with farmer suicide.
Yes.
So then Jal Shakti Abhiyan, come to that very point. What is that Jal Shakti Abhiyan?
So it is not related to farmer society.
Anyway,
I
it
could-
relates with catch the rain. We have to conserve the water. Whatever water is
Water
there,
happens.
these are the rain-fed areas. These are the rain shadow areas. So we have to conserve water, whatever it is available.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Swapnil, what's all happening in Sri Lanka?
So Sri Lanka is going through economic crisis. There is a balance of payment crisis going on. The reserves has fallen to very low of $2 billion. And there's also food crisis going on, sir, the food security issues. And because of that, the political turmoil is now being seen in the Sri Lanka.
Okay. And what is Belt Road Initiative of China?
So it is the infrastructure development initiative of China, whereas the China extend the loan support to the countries where it want to have a strategic points as well and to develop the infrastructure, basically port, road, railway lines, etc.
Do you see some connection between the two? What's happening in Sri Lanka and
Yes,
Belt Road Initiative by China?
Yes, sir. The China has extended loan for the Hambantota port particularly, as well as the development of Eastern Economic Zone port in Colombo, and for which the Sri Lanka has taken loans, and more than 50% of Sri Lanka's foreign loans are being given by the China, and now Sri Lanka has to pay it. Otherwise, the China will take up the asset to itself.
Okay. And did you care to look at the debt GDP ratio of Sri Lanka?
So I don't remember exact ratio.
Okay. And what is this Pegasus controversy all about?
So the Pegasus is a malware. It is developed by one Israeli company which utilize it for the surveillance purpose. So it is the software. It can penetrate into any smartphone or any electronic media, and then can do the surveillance in background.
You have explained to me what Pegasus malware is all about, but
So the
my
issue
question
is
was on the controversy.
that the controversy is about when the Pegasus was found in several political leaders as well as a journalist, and then since it is a company which only sells it to the government, there was a controversy regarding it that Indian government has bought it and then use it for surveillance.
Okay, so what are the problems that may emanate out of this if it is done at the civil surveillance level?
So it goes against the right of privacy. First of all, the constitution guarantees it, and as well as it goes against the Article 19, where you have the freedom of speech as well as the freedom to know. And the surveillance by the government is serious because then it goes against the spirit of democracy, where you have free will and then you can express your opinion freely. The surveillance can be used for the pressurizing the political leaders and other purposes.
Okay, so now since anthropology is the subject that you chose to clear this examination, what have fossil studies done to the Christian or early European notion of time?
Sorry, sir, I did not understand it.
Fossil studies came into prominence
Yes.
around the middle of the 19th century.
Yes.
That is the time when anthropology as a discipline was also born.
Yes.
So, what is the consequence of the revelations by fossil studies, geology, etc., to the existing notion of time that was prevalent in Europe?
Sir, before these fossils came into being, the prevalent notion was in that particular time of Europe that man is a creation of God. The Adams and Eves, the Christian notion created the man, and the man is fairly recent creation, less than 10,000 years ago. The man was created, and so the entire thinking was revolving around religion. But fossils changed that. The fossil through the fossil we could see the evolution. We could see that man is not the young animal. Rather, man is quite old and has come through the process by which the other animals has also been evolved.
Okay, so it had to do with expanding the stretch of time
Yes,
for which the earth has existed,
correct.
right? Okay. And you fancy traveling. Is it because of your connection with the railways, or you?
So I like traveling before also, but during the training I got to travel through almost entire part of the countries. Recently I traveled to Jammu Kashmir.
Okay, so what does traveling do to your imagination as such?
So for me, the traveling is liberating. It reduces your stereotypes. The first attachment I choose when we had to give a option. So I choose the Lamding division, which is the farmost easternmost part of the country. It is in Assam. So at that time I got to see the Northeast for first time, and I read about it in during preparation that Northeast is like this and all. But it was little bit different. It was not that backward, that stereotype we normally have in our mind. So for me, the traveling is liberating. It expands the areas of knowledge.
What would you choose out of the two to liberate your ideas, stereotypes, and so forth? Traveling or reading a book?
So I'll go for traveling. I like reading also, but I'll go for traveling.
You.
So, Swapnil,
Yes,
yes. First of all, you are already into services.
yes.
So, I would like to know why you wish to become an IAS officer and how study of anthropology will help you in administration.
Sir, the IAS is a service which offers you a better platform. I'm already into Indian Railway Personal Service. It offers me a great opportunities, no doubt about it. But IAS offers more diversified opportunities. And personally, when I started the preparation, I wanted to be a part of IAS. So that's why I'm pursuing my dream, sir. And the second, anthropology, mostly the caste-based studies and the tribal-based studies, they are helpful in the administration. For example, sir, in Maharashtra, the Melghat region of MP and Maharashtra border, the tribes, they were not accepting the vaccination. So the local administration there, they offered the rice to the tribes, and then the rice, because it is called religious importance, then they went for the vaccination. So having a knowledge of the local culture and the implementing the concept of cultural relativism is very helpful in the administration.
30 years of economic reform. So, can you highlight the successes and failures of economic reform?
So in successes, we are now the much diversified economy. The service sector has grown exponentially after the reforms. The most important being the IT sector, and the in failure parts, the inequality has grown, and now because of that, there is a cutoff for some sectors to the access of services. For example, the quality education.
So, Swapnil, let's assume that you are a DM of a district of your choice. Which district would you choose?
So I'll go for my district, Nashik.
How would you bring Atmanirbharta at grassroots levels in your district?
Sir, the Nashik district has very good potential for tourism. First of all, when I see my the Godavari Ghat, I have a good vision for developing that ghat, and that will create a job, sir. The second thing is the western part of the district is a tribal district where the development is not as good as the eastern part. So there I would like to bring some more schemes. Specifically, the cropping pattern, there is a conventional paddy, but there is a good scope of strawberry cultivation. So I would like to extend that schemes there. The export-oriented agriculture scheme.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, Swapnil,
Yes.
nice talking to you. I learned from you many things.
Thanks.
Like traveling is liberating.
Yes.
And really, it's a breaking the stereotype.
Yes.
Lots of people have idea about Assam that there are naked people roaming around. So when you reach there, then you find it's
Yes.
not like this.
Yes.
Just like any other place. Wonderful talking to you.